Good afternoon, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. Good afternoon. We're going to chop it up early. We're going to chop it up about something real deep. We're going to chop it up. We're here with Icy Don, and we're here talking about what we always talk about, Umar Johnson. Good afternoon on this beautiful gray day. Let's look at the sky. Beautiful sky. Means I really can take a little day off today. Beautiful weather. I'm going to get my workout on today, too. We're going to have some fun. I want to have a great topic. I want some conversation. I want your feedback. I want your input. I need you to help me to figure this out because I think it's time to open up the sector. I think it's time for us to open up this sector. It's a bigger horizon. So we're going to talk about the Logans. We're going to talk about what Umar Johnson looks at as his worst enemies outside his own black folks. And we're going to set that boxing match up, folks. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the Logan Boy brothers. These young men started out as YouTubers, right? They were sensation YouTubers, huh? And they came into the field and they made millions of dollars off of becoming YouTube stars and then boxing against individuals like Floyd, boxing against individuals like Woodley, boxing black folks. That's my point. They're going to make their fame off of boxing black men. And folks, they cashing in on the black race. And that's what we got to understand. We got the Logan boys cashing in off the black race. And I think that's a reason why Umar Johnson should fight these boys. I don't think it should be one fight. I think it should be both. I think he should fight both. I think they should represent for their white race. I think they should represent for their white race for many reasons. And the number one reason is because this man is accumulating millions of dollars to open up a Pan-African school teaching black power, which is cool. But is he also teaching hate power? And so they need to investigate and see if he's teaching hate power. And so I think it's time to open up the sector. We're going to open the sector up with some boxing matches to raise some funds. All in good needs. Not my president. That goes across the board. Folks, I want you to understand that this is a revolution that's taking place on YouTube right now. We have an online revolution that's taking place, and we don't know what's happening. We say it's no content. We have our champion. We have King Kong Conscious that we're going to make a, not only he's going to be the Pan-Africanist principal of the world, but he's going to be the elite boxing champion of the intellects. We're going to push this man. Like he said, there was a question asked, do you think that we will ever be able to, get through this whole racial inequality and ever come together? And he was like, in his lifetime, if it doesn't happen, he's going to spend his lifetime making it happen. Good morning. Well, this is the end of our lifetime. We almost 50s, 60s, 70s. And with that being said, we're going to push you to your limits. You opened your trap, you opened your mouth, and now you step into the arena. You got many people that we could put you against right now. We have Freddie Gibbs, who says, yo, let's get this 5 million on the table. We say 10. We got the Logans, because they YouTube celebrities. And you were a YouTube celebrity as well, right? You're the King Conscious, right? You always talk about these crackers, right? Isn't that correct, Umar? Time to put your fist where your mouth is. Step into the arena. It's time to start training. Period. Because you're going to have a boxing match no matter what. And we're going to set this up. We're going to set it up because we are now going to start going to the Logans. And this has to happen. I don't care which one of the Logans, but Umar Johnson must fight one of those Logan boys. It is a must that he fight this Logan boys. Sorry. I just seen just recently that not Umar, I apologize. I just seen that what's the young man? Mike Tyson. The young man. Mike Tyson is supposed to be fighting one of the Logan boys in February. I don't know if it's hearsay, but that's what's almost on the table right now. Mike Tyson against, I think it's the one who fought against Mayweather, Jake. And so, with that being said, one is open. Paul should be the undercard with Umar Johnson. So both Logan boys should fight on the same card that night. And if Mike Tyson gonna fight one, Umar Johnson should fight the other. That's a fundraiser event. And that's what we're looking for, folks. That's the narrative I'm pushing. Join me with this Icy Don Boxing Productions as we push Umar Johnson in his quest to become the first ever champion intellectual. You guys got to think. Malcolm X never had something like this. Martin Luther King never had anything like this. Marcus Garvey never had anything like this. Not any one of these people that this man would speak of had anything like this opportunity to raise funds, to fight for a cause, and also to be in a condition where you are healthy enough to fight for a cause. So we are definitely going to push Umar Johnson. And if we're not going to win by getting Umar Johnson in the ring, just by getting that conversation is well worth the wait. Because we have to have this conversation before it's too late. What's this conversation? This conversation about love and hate, race. Because there's race wars out here. And we must talk about race wars. And that's where we at right now in this Umar Johnson sector. We at race wars. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're now entering race wars. This is the ultimate battle. We have to decide what lane we're going to be on. Like I told you way back last year about tough love, and we have to it's all races in the lane, and we have to get in our lane. And once we get into our lanes, folks, once we get into our lanes and get in line in our lanes, then we can fight for justice on all causes because we are in our lanes and we straight in our lanes. It's race wars. We got race to get in lane. We got fight and battle to get straight in lane. And then when we have to move forward, we have to fight to move forward. And we need right leaders. So Umar Johnson, do you really think you're the right leader to lead this race? Do you really think that you're the right leader to be able to fight for this race? Well, step up into the arena. As we need you to face these boys right here. Umar Johnson versus Paul Logan. Umar Johnson versus Jake Logan. Whatever the fuck their names are. That's how much I give the attention to these boys. But no matter what, Umar Johnson should fight these boys. Because he is always talking about white race. He's always talking about we as blacks need to come from underneath them. He calls them crackers on a daily basis. Cool. So let them defend themselves. And let that be the fundraiser. And let that bring attention to what's really need to be focused on. And that is race wars. And where we play, what place we play, what role we playing in race wars, what role they want us to play in race wars. We must bring it to that high level attention and not keep sitting back in the back. And if we really gonna fight for power, it's time to come from out of the trenches and come from underneath these rocks and come full-fledged before it's way too late. And while we got people like Kyrie Irving and while we got people like Colin Kaepernick standing up for justice, it's time for us men, us real men and women, to get in the front lines and start fighting before it's way too late. And if Umar Johnson's going to be that face that we're going to push out there, then so be it. So he needs to fight one of these Logan boys. He needs to get this race wars going so we can have these real dialogues. If you want to be called the #1 scholar, politic against these people. Talk with these people. Talk with these people that you need to have the conversation with, that you need to put spotlight on. You want the school to grow? Do it big or go home. Stop trying to pimp the black race to just keep going stagnant. This is not the 60s. Let's come out the trenches and really be who we're supposed to be if it's about being Pan-Africans and it's about being black power. If black lives really matter, let's really step out there and say our lives do matter while we have this strength, while we have this power. So it's time for this fight to happen. This is what this is about now, folks. Put the money up now. Let's get this fight going. Umar versus the Logans. And once again, I'll be part of the spawn. What do you think, folks? What do you think? Do you think that this is possible? Do you think that Umar Johnson has the chances of fighting one of these boys in a celebrity? So you guys got to remember, it's a celebrity boxing. I know there's a man by the name of the basketball player. Damn, I forgot his name off the jump. It took Lamar Odom. He also have a celebrity boxing tournament he's been doing. Okay? So there's no way in life that we can let this just slip by of having a YouTube celebrity boxing match with Umar Johnson and someone. It must be pushed, and I'm going to push it. Why I'm going to push it? Because I know that it's still going to bring spotlight to the real reality of why I'm here. Why the fuck you didn't pay me my money? Why you didn't pay me my money? So it's time for you to get in that ring and really put your fist where your mouth is. What is your reasoning for the hatred that you have amongst your own people? What is the reasons of why you have such hatred amongst these white folks? And what is the resolution? What is the real resolution? Is it us have schools all across and teach our young boys how to be alpha boys and what? What is it? No, this is the time. It's 2020s. If we don't stand and fight now, we will be conquered like we were years ago. And if it's time now for we to put forth a person to be the mouthpiece and to take the jabs and uppercuts, it's time, folks. It's time. We're going to have the spotlight on us if we would just focus on what we should be focusing on. And that's Umar Johnson and his big mouth. He put his mouth out there, and it's time for him to step up. Let's get the school going. Let's get the tension flowing on this whole sector. And when I say sector, I'm talking about this black power conscious sector. I ain't talking about the dumb shit about this person doing this and this person doing that. Because there's many people who have the right ability and right talent and the right mindset to lead us in this lane, our lane for the race wars. That's where we at, folks. Because race wars is real. Let's stay focused. Let's push this narrative of Logan versus Umar. That's the fundraiser. That's how we're going to get attention nationally. There's so much that you can do amongst your own folks when your own folks don't have much belief in you. So maybe you should get attention from those who need to have some spotlight in on this. They need to have an eye in on who you are, period. Because no matter what, you're always going to be who you are. So it's now time to come out of who you are and who we are and what we stand for. Because those boys are going to continue to make multi-millions all for the black race. And that's something to converse about, Umar. Talk about that, Umar. Talk about them, Umar. And I guarantee you they'll give you a fight. Talk about how they are pimping the black race for stardom. Talk about how those boys are pimping the whole black culture and how all those white boys that you know out there is pimping the black culture. Talk about that, Umar. If you really want to get spotlight and really raise some funds. Because I guarantee you, I promise you, you will get responses. Start calling them out. Calling them out for what they're doing. Calling them out how they're flowing. Pay attention to the yellow brick road if you really want that pot to go. And this lane, this for race wars, folks, must get focused. And that's where we at right now. The Icy Dawn boxing production promotion is guaranteed that we're going to take this to another level because it must go to that next level. This is not something that we're going to just play with. We spoke about competing against one another amongst the chat. And then we finally got Umar now to be part of it. He became part of it. He called out Mike Tyson to box. How you go from you being who you are, a motivational speaker, to saying I can box Mike Tyson for a fundraiser? What shape are you really in mentally? You must be in some great shape, Umar, for you to think that you can do so. So it's important for you to box up, box up, box up. First, do the pause. Stand up for Black Power. Beat down the pause. Beat up one of the pause for that dude who just lost, Tyrone Woodley. Because I don't think they're gonna give him that boxing match. He got that tattoo. And he's not gonna get that fight again. So they jerked him. Fight for him. Stand up for him. Speak up for him, Umar. If you really want to get some attention, if you really want to get some real funding coming to step up into the arena. Step up with the big guns. And stop doing your people the way you're doing them. Really stand up and do something. You said that you would fight Mike Tyson for some money. Leonard Arnold said he would pay $1.75 to watch it. So fight that white boy. We're going to instigate a fight like Braveheart. Remember Mel Gibson? I'm the William Wallace of this motherfucker. Ultimate Trolling Warrior. Ultimate Trolling Warrior is the William Wallace of this sector. Oh, yeah, I said it. It's the William Wallace. For all you guys and girls don't know who William Wallace is, go watch Braveheart. Go watch Braveheart. You don't know who William Wallace is? You never seen Braveheart? Who's never seen Braveheart out there? Come on, man. Oh, I'm embarrassed for you. You need to go watch Braveheart because that's what it is right now. Our lands are being conquered. And we are right in our lands being conquered with it, and we just allowing it. I'm the William Wallace of this shit. Okay? I'm a slow typer. Ultimate trolling warrior is the William Wallace of this sector. Okay, folks? If there's anyone who would like to come and communicate and tell me if I'm on some fantasy island or if I'm on some reality shit, because I need you to know and help me to understand where we at with this. Can we really get this boxing match between the white boys against the black boy, Umar Johnson, the YouTuber against the YouTuber? Can we get that? Because I was just listening to Umar in his last thing when he was, he talked about somebody white, and everything. Race wars is serious, and it's not something about being mean or malicious about. It was a conversation that must happen in this century, so we can have a dialogue. It's not about a fight; it's about a dialogue. The fight is about the fundraiser. We're gonna get in the ring and fight it out. That's gonna be the fun part. But the dialogue is the most important part, because as we go into this next presidency, because this president right here is really, really, really in a situation. See, with COVID, this is the war. See, COVID is a battle. It's a major war that we end with COVID, and it's our governments. We all know that. So we gotta understand that because we are all in this major battle with COVID, this presidency is a 4-year deal. This is only a 4-year deal for Biden. So this is going to be a battle for the seat in 2024. And if we don't have some type of order when it comes to race and where we heading with race, I'm telling you, the, the the black race will be in the brink of destruction, major destruction, if we don't get it together. I'm telling you, we know it. Because the new lawmakers and the new laws is going to be coming, or because of COVID, the war with COVID is going to make us so institutionalized and make us so downtrodden. Like, I mean, I'm talking about like all those who were suffering, like myself. I'm suffering. I'm a suffer. I'm in the suffering stage. Okay, let's put it like that. But those who suffering way worse than I, who suffering way worse than I, would become not even, they become null and void to society. And that's where we at. So if we don't really get it together and understand where we need to be focusing and moving towards, we're really going backwards. And that's why it's important for us to move forward. And the only way to move forward is with the right mindset. We have someone that we can use to fight, that we can use to push, that we need to use as mainstream. It's time to get Umar Johnson off the YouTube and into mainstream media, heavy. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use it's chess. It's chess. It's using certain pieces to get what we need for the race, for the culture, for the victory, for the win, which is ultimate love. And so we have to use certain pieces. So I understand that it's important to utilize and use Umar Johnson as a piece to navigate through the board. And if you can understand that as well, then you'd be bright enough to know that it's time for you to start shifting the narrative to him boxing these folks, because boxing brings all sorts of people to the arena. Boxing brings all sorts of income to the arena. Boxing brings all sorts of celebrities to the arena. Boxing is that sport. And so if we can understand that boxing is that mega sport, boxing is that gambling sport, boxing is that sport that most people love to hate. Because a lot of times when their person loses, oh, they hate that shit. But we have to understand that boxing is that sport. And if we can get Umar Johnson to this arena, it would be awesome. Who would like to come and be a guest and talk about it? Because like I said, it's time for me to go do my workout, because I believe it's going to happen. I believe that something's going to happen, because you got to understand, I speak things and a lot of things come to play. Now, if Mike Tyson's going to fight one of these Logan boys in the early 2022, if Mike Tyson's going to fight one of these boys at 22, especially if it's a Black History Month, he and Freddie Gibbs probably really having good conversation about him and Umar fighting. But I think it would be a greater fight if Umar fought the brother. It'll be a major, a more kickback if Umar was to fight the brother. And that's where we at. So Freddie Gibbs is, I'm glad that he spoke out. So he brought a little bit of attention. He brought more attention to the whole boxing match. But that's all he was really there for. And now once we can start pushing the Logans against Umar, now we can really get the sector popping, because that's going to bring a whole lot of other people attention to what we're talking about. And that's the conversation that we need to start having now in 2022. Who's with me, or who's afraid? Who's really I think most people are afraid of that type of conversation. I think you guys can converse amongst each other and you can nigga talk all y'all want, but I don't think that y'all can really have real debates against other folks. That goes for everyone who's one set of debates. I don't think that you can have real debates with real chats of 1,000 people in the chat and have a real debate with opposite folks. I don't think you guys can really do that. I think y'all be too choky in the throat. I think y'all be too nervous. I think it's easy to battle one another because it's like battling your brothers and sisters. But I don't think that you can really have debates. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama debates. I don't think you can do that. I want to see Umar Johnson do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, he stepped up into two arenas. He stepped up in two arenas. Bam! He said he wanted to step up in the boxing arena, and then he said he wanted to step up to the podium arena. And he said 25,000 for that battle. So I'm like, he said anybody. So let's have a white person battle him in that too. Okay? Let's open this door up. Let's open up the box. Boom! Style. Stop playing games with this shit. Stop playing games with it. If Umar Johnson will have that versus of intellect, it must be with a white person. I don't want him having a versus with any black folks. I don't care to see that shit. Who really gives a fuck about him going against these black folks that he got in his survey? I want him to dig up and find a white intellect that he's going to have that verse with. That's who he needs to have the verse with. Umar Johnson should have a verse with a white intellect on race wars. The war on races. This sector's not dead. Umar Johnson's too animated for anything to be dead. You guys are dead. You guys were corny. You guys wasn't supposed to be birthed in this. That's why it's dead. Fuck wrong with you? How you spell intellect? That's the verse that I want to see. Umar Johnson. I spelled white wrong. Oh well. Umar Johnson against a white intellect. That would be the ultimate. That would be the ultimate. That would be big. That would be bigger than anything that took place in 1960s, to be honest. Did Malcolm X have a major debate against like a white scholar? Pretty sure he did. but we didn't have YouTube at the time. We didn't have Instagram at that time. So at this point in life, Umar Johnson having a debate about race wars, the wars on races, the war on humanity, Black lives, I guarantee you that would be one of the biggest selling tickets ever. Pushing it. Make a change in the house, pushing it. And once we can understand what narrative to push, folks, then we know what direction we need to be going. This is a new time, folks. We cannot sit back like our ancestors sat back. See, when we look at our ancestors, either our ancestors was warriors and they fought and they lost, or our ancestors really sat back and allowed shit to happen. And that's what I'm saying. Are we sitting back and allowing things to happen to us all the time? Are we sitting back waiting for others to really dictate the flow? Or are we going to step up to the front line and step to the enemy itself? And that's why it's important for this to happen. Umar Johnson versus one of these Logan boys. This will bring national attention because that's what the fight is all about. It's a fight to raise money for the schools of consciousness for Black folks. And it's also a fight to raise awareness to culture vultures. And I'm pretty sure they would say they not culture vulture. But like I said, this will be a fight for us to unite. And this will be a fight to bring a highlight on culture vulture. And that's real. Our whole image is being taken away. We talk about Hebrews, we talk about being real Hebrews, and we talk about how it happened. We talk about how did Jewish people become the Jews? Look, motherfuckers, look right now, niggas. Look right now, niggas. It happens because of that. Being niggas, lazy folks. We gotta stop being lazy, and we gotta now start stepping up and fighting. And that's the only way. We have to bring national attention to what our fight is really about. There's no more sitting behind the scenes. And once you all can understand where we at with this, then you can understand what we really should be focusing on. Umar Johnson said he would battle any intellectual scholar, and he wants to battle Mike Tyson. So that means that anybody underneath Mike Tyson's value, which I would like to see Umar Johnson fight one of the Logans, and Umar Johnson have an intellectual debate against some white person who I don't know because I don't know who's the white intellect out there. And for them to step up and be that person to battle against Umar would be awesome. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Come and talk to me if you think that that's capable of happening, or Umar Johnson speaking about boxing Mike Tyson and Freddie Gibbs to saying, yo, I will fight him. It's just something that's just going to disappear and become nothing. And Umar Johnson saying that he would battle anybody in a debate for $25,000. That's just going to become nothing too. That's all. This was him just talking, or there's nobody in the world that really could step up to the plate and answer that call. You really don't think so? Y'all don't think that that's conversation to talk about and something to push? You don't think that's real great content? Well, I do. And that's why I'm pushing it. And I'm pushing that fight because I want to fight. I'm gonna go to about I'm 34 minutes in. I'm gonna go to about another 10 minutes. I'm gonna go another 10 minutes or so, and if no one chimes in, I'm gonna shut this down and leave this as my archive, and then I'm gonna build from here.
because we're gonna keep pushing this narrative. I've been online to all these other different sites and checking these people out, and I'm starting communicating and getting some feedback back. So, like I say, I'm on a mission beyond the scenes, period, because I'm gonna push this narrative. And if you guys can back me with this whole thing and pump me up to really believe that this can happen, we're gonna make this Umar Johnson against the Logan boys happen. Freddie Gibbs, like I said, he was just the poster. He was the advertiser that was needed. We needed someone to really bring it to a different spotlight, which he did. Trust me when I tell you, he brought it to a different spotlight, which was beautiful because he got celebrity radio personalities speaking about it. I was checking it out. He got celebrity radio personalities speaking about it, and they speak in Umar's name, and they like, should we pay attention to this whole Freddie Gibbs gimmick? This whole Freddie Gibbs fight, because they would like to see it. They want to see it. People want to see it. So if they want to see a Freddie Gibbs fight, they would love to see the Race Wars fight. And we will have the conversation with the Logans, and that we will know that it's all in good peace, no beef, no hate. But we will hype it up. It'll be hyped up because we want to have those conversations, and we want to get our city straight all across by having that conversation. Because at the end of all this celebrity stuff, we're going to have the major impact meeting, the major impact conference, because we're going to make an impact on the situation. We're going to really have a major impact conference talking about the whole race wars and the whole COVID and where we're going. But we have to build up to that, folks, and it can happen overnight, especially where we at right now. Wow, it's just locked up.
Am I a big dreamer? Am I a Milk Mills dream chaser? No, this is reality, because the man of the hour spoke it himself, not me, but the other man of the hour, Umar. I'm just going to bring it to the spotlight that this can happen. And we have to understand that this is a reality and this shall happen. There's no way that it can't happen. Just like y'all thought the school was going to be bought, just like you thought that the buildings wasn't going to become in school, just thought like you thought that he was going to have a black party. I'm telling you that this fight's going to happen, because people are going to push it, like myself. Let's show you. Thanks. Go ahead, left it open. It's freaking cold out there. So, folks, today is October 23rd, 12:55. You shall be hearing more about Umar and boxing, I guarantee, before November 1st. In a week's time, it'll be a whole lot. It's going to be a whole lot of conversation about Umar Johnson and this whole boxing world. And then you guys are going to be like, wow, Icy Dawn was right. Because I see what you guys don't see. And I know things that you don't know. And I know that Umar Johnson thinks like me, and he sees when he sees a tunnel, he's going to go through it. And he can't escape right now, because I'm like, he's a rat in my tunnel, and I'm a cat chasing his ass. So I'm forcing through this tunnel to it's my trap. He stepped all into my arena. So he can't run, because it's his words of how he can raise the funds for the school And it's a great one. It's a great one. Yo, trust me, it's a great one. There's anyone, like I said, would like to have a little conversation about who they would like to see Umar fight to raise some money for the school, and how much money they think, and how much money you think that he can raise if he had a celebrity boxing match. If he really had a, if someone stepped up and they said, "Yo, I will help you raise money with a celebrity boxing match," let's set up and they got it on ESPN or you know what I'm saying, pay per view. How many people would think that you? How much money you think they'll raise? Do you think he would get enough views? How many views you think he would get? Pay per views. How many buys? How many sales? What ticket do you think they would sell it at? Because I believe that if a Leonard Arnold would watch it and pay $175, and like he said, he talked about at home. I believe that ticket and that fundraiser would be a major fundraiser, a major ticket. What you think? Maybe it's just me. I'm delusional. You know me. I might be smoking some crack, right? That's what Tiffany say. I might be doing some meth, right? Nah, my mind is too deep for that. I'm too sexy for that. I want you to come and let me know. So if there would like to be anybody who can, chime in and talk to me about this and let me know what direction I should go with it, that'd be cool too. But like I say, I have a situation, and it's crazy, man. I told you, man, my wheel fell off my cart, and so I have to deal with that. I'm very, very upset. So I don't have much time I can really do my live. I'm coming back a little later on doing live on something else, but I want to stay focused on this topic right here. If I ain't have to go and handle the will, then it'll be something different. But I have to handle the will, which aggravates me. But this topic is something I can't let go. I'm gonna talk about this like every other day because this is something I'm gonna push. Like I told you, I'm gonna give you updates because I'm gonna start checking out the Logans. I'm gonna subscribe to the Logans channel and I'm gonna get involved with their chat. I'm gonna be the ultimate trolling warrior over there. All right, so check me out. I'm gonna be an ultimate trolling warrior and all these people's that's who I'll be, okay? So you can follow me at the ultimate trolling warrior as I'll be hollering at these folks and instigating a fight like William Wallace of Bravehearts. If you didn't see that movie, go check it out. William Wallace. You know what I'm saying? There's too many noble people out here. They feel they have too much stake in out here in the community. They got too many cars and a house, and they don't feel they need to fight for that car and that house and that land. But nah, William Wallace believed that I seen my father get slaughtered. Well, he didn't see him get slaughtered, but he know his father went to fight. His father never came back, and he know that all the people who was fighting they got slaughtered. So he fought for that, and we have to fight while we have the chance, opportunity to fight, and it don't necessarily mean physical. And that's where I'm at, trying to get y'all in the right mindset. We're gonna use Umar as a chess piece to move the pieces, and he's gonna get in the arena to fight that battle for us. And then we're gonna get him behind the podium so he can talk that battle for us and fight that battle for us. And then on with the next one. He get in his position, then like I say, on with the next one. We're gonna put people in their positions. That's strategy. We need people in position. Don't sit back and take people out of position that can be put in positions for whatever they should be used and utilized for. We need a mouthpiece that's going to bring some attention to this lane in the capacity that we need it. We need someone that can instigate a certain type of fight that will actually bring in a certain type of economic revenue. See, he himself is such a Pan-Africanist, he don't believe in receiving certain type of things, although I don't believe in that. I mean, I don't believe that that's really what he do. I think that he really do take things. He would take a loan, but what he say he won't. Okay, cool. But he could be the piece that we use to put a spotlight on us that we will get all that reparation that's owed us. Put him in his position for whatever he wants and need, and then on with the other people that we will put in position. It's chess. Not stop knocking pieces off the board too quick, especially if you don't have another piece to really replace it. All right, folks? We're almost there. The spotlight and its attention is almost on this 1000% on the needs that we really need. Trust me. Like even with Black Lives Matter, that whole Black Lives Matter, it was real strong, right? And then all of a sudden, just because we didn't have the right people in place for certain things. I told you it's about having the right people. It's not like the movement wasn't right. We didn't have the right people for the movement. But they put it in the spotlight. We're in the spotlight. There's no reason why we should dim the lights on that spotlight. So now it's lights, camera, action. Let's get ready to rumble. All right, folks. Who believes that Umar Johnson will be able to get a celebrity boxing match? That's my question to the chat. Who believes that Umar Johnson can get a celebrity? How you spell celebrity? Celebrity fight. Who believes? I probably spelled it wrong. Who believes that Umar Johnson could get a celebrity fight? Think it's possible? Well, I do. And that's why this is the Icy Dawn Boxing Productions promotions, and I'm going to make it happen. We're going to get one of these people to say, I'll fight him. And we're going to get one of these people to say, not only would I fight him and help raise money for the school, but if he beat me, I would personally renovate the schools and pay off the bills. See, that's what I'm gonna push for. Not only would they see, I'm gonna find somebody that would have that type of. It would be that type of bet. See, you gotta understand. Those white boys are fun, and they not boxers. They YouTube boxers coming to fame. So you guys gotta think they troll boxers. So a match like that would be a great match. That means they would want to go even harder because they don't want to lose that bet. They would take that bet. They make bets. They made a bet with that boy Tyron Woodley and made him tattoo himself. And like I said, he's not even going to get a fight. So I believe they would take that fight. Would say that if I lose to Umar Johnson, not only would he be able to keep his purse, but they would personally renovate the school because they know that Fat Boy can't beat them, especially for what he stands for. A fight like that on that magnitude, folks, would get 500,000 views to 1,000,000 views, depending on what undercard they're on. So if they're on the Mike Tyson fight undercard, the main fight would be the Umar Johnson fight. Because that's a real bet fight. What you think about that, folks? It's Icy Dawn in Queens. On chill mode. Deep in thought.
I'm just trying to get you guys to really get in the mindset. I went past the time I said I was gonna go. I'm gonna try and pull 1 hour on this one, and if I can, I can, which I can. So I got 10 more minutes. If somebody would like to come in and holler, that's awesome. Because who thinks that Umar Johnson? Who believes that Umar Johnson can get a celebrity fight? That's the question. Who believes that Umar Johnson can get a celebrity fight? Yo, do you think that Umar Johnson can get a celebrity fight? He said Umar Johnson ain't doing shit. That was my people's. When I went all the way out to Delaware, he was like, "Man, fuck that nigga Umar," because that was years ago. I've been he been this well, my location. And so when I went out there and everything happened, all he just doing is shaking his head. Because, like I say, Umar right now, in the eyes of a lot of real men, is like that. And the only way that he can really step up his game is to do something big. So I think if he do get in this ring, if he do fight this dude, if he do get in that ring and he do and that pedestal and that podium and he talks the talk with this other person, the white debate, the white man debate, not no black on black debate. No, I don't want to see that shit. I want to see a white man against a black man debate in the 2020s, and not no presidential shit. I'm talking about race. Then I think he would get a little bit more of a thumbs up for the efforts. So I'm sitting here and I think that it's possible that he can get a celebrity boxing match. What you think? What do you think? Do you think that he can get in shape? Do you think he not serious? Do you think that he can get in shape? Do you think that he can get a little 2-pack? Not 2-pack. Do you think he can get a 2-pack? Maybe a 4-pack. Maybe do you think he can get a 4-pack? Think he can do enough sit-ups in that time frame? You think he have that mindset to do enough sit-ups, crunches, push-ups, just calisthenics alone on that high level of building whatever fat he have into a stronger muscle? Do you think he can do that for $15 million? Because trust me, the fights against the white boy, the Logans, will be nothing cheap, especially if we hype it up the way it's supposed to be. And 15 million, and honestly, if I was rocking with Umar, I was like, nah, we could push for 20. So just remember, if you hear him keep going up on his thing, that's because he's listening. He's listening to Coach Don. Don't sell yourself short. Quiet as kept. No matter what you think, no matter what negative energy you get, you still a little hot ticket that people are gonna ride the wave no matter what they try to step away from. They're gonna ride the wave because you're gonna keep moving forward until someone really KOs you. I'm about to come with a TKO. And in the ring, so I'm gonna come with a TKO, and let's see if someone else can come with a KO. If they don't, the King Kong consciousness is going to steamroll, and you can thank me all the way through, homie. You can thank me all the way through. People think that I was working with you from day one. That's some funniness. They really thought I was working with you from day one. Just imagine when help you get that $20 million bag. I'm going to be broken off. Project Pick Us Up is going rock. So that's my main thing. So my lawsuit gonna go through. Project Pick Us Up gonna win. Umar gonna get his funds that he need for his school, and Black power is going to be moving forward because this whole lane is going to be going bananas when I make that fight happen. The Don King of this mother effer. So while y'all sit back and y'all worry about the goofiness and making each other famous, it's always about what it's always about. There we go. This camera shit is weird. And this is what it's about. Oh, it goes this way. Not my president. Not my president. Ain't no, come on, man. Like I said, this is 4 years for Biden, folks. And if Donald Trump is in good health, he's going to run. And we better have some game plans and contingency plans in place. Because if we don't, our ass is grass. And that's what I'm saying. It's important for us to push this dude right now to get us in the spotlight so we can get all the goodies that we can get right now while the bag is being given. They're giving out money like hotcakes. And if we really was organized, we would be getting our crumbs too. So like I say, it's time for this fight. Make a change. How at your boy? Umar Johnson versus the white intellect. I want to see what white intellects are out there. What white intellects speak about white power? What white intellect speaks about the importance of the white race coming together more and pooling all their resources together and really building their empires and structures to a tighter level. I want to know what intellects, white intellects out there that speak that talk. Because we would sneakily say they racist. But I just want to call it a white intellect right now because it's for the debate. What white intellect speaks that white power talk the way Umar speaks the Pan-Africanist talk? And I would love to see that debate. And Umar, that can't be no $25,000 debate. I mean, you could put $25,000 of your own money on it, but there can't be no $25,000 debate. Well, folks, we talked about the Logans. Sorry about last night. I was dead tired because I was dealing with my cart and that shit was just tiring, and so I just dropped. So I apologize about last night. Anytime I don't do it live, it's all because I just fall asleep. I just completely forget. But this whole all my lives I'll be doing this week, I'm doing them. Tomorrow I'll be doing a live, and I'm out here in New York. So I'm in Queens today. I'm gonna be live in Brooklyn tomorrow. So look out for me in Brooklyn. Folks, thanks for your listening and your support all day, every day. So like I said, we spoke about the Logan boys. We talked about race wars briefly. We spoke a little bit about COVID. We spoke a little bit about Biden. And I told you it's only it's only one term for Biden. He's not getting 2 terms. Negative. It makes no sense. You don't get 2 Democratic presidents to go back to back and get 2 terms of presidency. Barack Obama had the 2 terms. Biden's not getting 2 terms. There will be a Republican president in office next year. And that's crazy to say, but that's the way politics go. And especially if we don't really get our minds right and get straight and get organized, we're going to get crumbs. So while this dude is giving out stimulus checks and giving out money all over the place, in the next 2 years, you better get what you can, because when he goes on his campaign trail, it ain't about nothing. It ain't about nothing. So, folks, it's time for us to get ourselves straight. Start moving these pieces. Let's move these pieces. Ultimate Trolling Warrior, to William Wallace. I'm happy that you're here. But like I say, I'm about to sign off. If there's anybody who would like to say anything before I go, state your statement. Say what you got to say, because it's very important. It's very important for you to, say what you got to say on the topic. The topic right now is the Logan Boys. Do you think it's possible that Umar Johnson be able to fight one of those Logan Boys? And especially about the whole thing is about race wars. You know what I'm saying? Because if no matter what, you got to think like this. When they do the profile of Umar Johnson, him fighting anybody, even if he's fighting Mike Tyson, they're gonna say if Umar Johnson fight Mike Tyson, they're gonna be like, so what's the story of Umar Johnson? Let's say they give him the story of Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson started out in the streets of North Philly and blah blah. He attended this school and he attended this school. He went to college here. He got his degrees here, and he believes in this. They're going to talk about what he believes in. He's a Pan Africanist who believes in this, and he believes in that, and he believes in this. And when they have an interview with him and they ask him a question, views on white people, that's going to open up the door for, like I say, now if he's fighting Mike Tyson going to defend the Mike Tyson going to defend the white race. So now if he was fighting Logan's, are they going to defend? See, that's what I'm saying. No matter what, whoever he fights, when they do the profile of Umar, it's going to come out like Freddie Gibbs said. He don't like white people. So that's why it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a hype fight. Hope y'all pay attention. Well, time for me to go handle my business with my cart, my wheel, getting that mounted back on. Got to make some buttons and pins and a whole bunch of other stuff, make some product. Thanks for your listening and your support. If you'd like to support the cause, you can support with a nice little donation of anything, because any and everything counts for the cause. Right now, I'm about to start painting my mural. I'm about to start painting my mural on Parson and Archer. And I have I'm actually being part of two other projects that's going to be taking place out here in Queens as well. One in Hollis, Queens, and another one in St. Albans, Queens. So that's dope. I'm kind of excited about that. But the one I have to pay for is the one, my mural that's on, like I said, the Avenue. So I'm trying to raise some monies with that. I need paint. I need to get a scaffold, and not just a scaffold, but I need a double scaffold, and I need two of them because the wall is mad long. And we don't just need one scaffold on one side, then the other person can do the something high on the other side. So I need two double scaffolds and mass paint supplies. And my season's damn near over, so your help is needed. So if there's anybody up there that can help with that cause, that's highly appreciated. And like I said, those people who really supported the cause, we are doing a little challenge. We're going to ask you to support again. And those folks will have their names put on my wall. Like I said, those folks who already supported, I'm going to put those people's name on the wall. But in this challenge, if you can reduplicate and be a new person, whatever case may be, it'll depend on the size I put your name on the wall and how I put it in the wall. So, like I said, I got something to really offer you in regards to just giving back to those who give. Thanks for your listening and your support. I gave you an hour and 4 minutes, hour and 5 minutes. Chopped it up real good. Who believes that Umar, that's supposed to say Umar Johnson can get a celebrity fight? do. Peace.